brings us today is I am bringing Antoinette here today. Antoinette from Power Sisters Make It Work. She's about to explain exactly what her product's about, what she's doing, how it benefits her life, how it benefits other people. So tune in, wait and see what she's got to have to say. So Antoinette, hi, welcome. So tell us a bit more about where you are and what you're doing during lockdown, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
Wow, how do I keep myself motivated? Well, I tell you what, during lockdown, it hasn't been the easiest thing to do, getting yourself up, getting yourself motivated, and getting on with it. But once you kind of have a skeleton of a plan, yeah, you might be an hour behind schedule, but at least if you get something done in a day, you can feel a sense of achievement. So that's what I've been really working on.
What's the main thing that you're really working on?
There's been an eclectic blend of creativity, let's put it like that. But one thing that I have started doing is crochet, because I'm used to u- using my hands. So I found that I was getting a bit stagnant with not being able to see my clients or do anything that I would usually do. So yeah.
Crocheting. Got a demonstration?
A demonstration of crochet. I've got some things that I have made. I mean, I can show you what my first
Yeah, just
item was.
yeah. Let's have a look. Let's have a
Okay,
look.
so don't laugh, okay? But this was my first attempt at making a hat. So as you can see, it's ski whiff and wonky everywhere, and the stitchings and mist and all of that.
Are they look all right?
But I have been working on a few more bits. I've also made this hat as well, which came after, so you can see it's a lot more, a lot more in shape.
But can you put it on your head?
Yeah, I made this so that I could actually fit my locks in
Oh well, come on,
and
that's
then have it.
really nice. You can even add a little
I've got
flower on
enough.
the side of it if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could, and I've got enough room to put all my locks inside as well. So
Good.
yeah,
It's
that
nice.
was an improvement. And then I've moved on to making a little baby hat, which I think came out really well. So you can see
Very.
the improvement. Yeah, came
Yeah.
out really well. And this is the beginnings of a pair of little trousers to go with it. Or it could be a skirt. I don't know yet. Do baby girls wear blue skirts? I don't know.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah.
And this one I've been working on for a while now. It's actually a poncho.
I love my ponchos. I love my
Yeah.
ponchos.
So I've been working on those to keep my dexterity going. Because before lockdown I was doing massage and I was a loctician. So yeah.
What is a loctician?
I specialise with locks. So the good old dreadlocks, but there's nothing dreadful about them, by the way. So
What?
that's why it's
Can you
just
tell
lock.
us why they're called dreadlocks, please?
Okay, so back in the day, there was a rebellion with the inhabitants of Jamaica, or the people that were captured there, and they had such a bloody battle. The captors then named them Dreadful, and they all had locks, which is where the name came from, with dreadlocks. So that's how they named them, the dreadful people with locks.
So is that name still going around calling them dreadlocks, or do people prefer it to just be called locks?
I personally have a preference to call them locks because, as I said, there's nothing dreadful about having locks. They have always had that stigma of you don't wash, they're dirty, they're smelly, they're unkept, they make you look like you're a mad person. It means that you smoke 24/7 and don't do nothing with your life, all of which are absolutely rubbish. It's just another natural way to wear your hair without having to process chemically or do anything to your hair. apart from once a month grooming. That's it.
Mm. I mean, I watched the Guinness Book of Records once, and they said the longest person that didn't wash their hair was over 10 years or something like that. It was a very long time, but then the medical professional said that the longer you leave your hair, the cleaner it becomes anyway. So,
Self-cleaning. Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, so is that what you like to do then? Is do people's locks or help them improve their locks?
Well, yeah, I mean, I specialize with locks, as I said, so it's not just Afro locks. I do European, Filipino, mixed heritage, Afro. Yeah, anything to do with locks, I tend to do it. I help with maintaining healthy locks
Mhm.
rather than styling. So I wouldn't call myself a stylist as per se. My thing is to have your locks started off, maintained, groomed correctly, have them looking and feeling healthy rather than focusing on pretty styles.
So,
Nothing wrong with pretty styles, by the way, but I would prefer to nurture the growth.
mhm. So you have to just keep doing the regrowth in locks them up, however you lock them up. I'm not sure. I tried it once. If I was honest, I asked my sister because my sister grew her hair with locks, and they're way past her bottom, dead to her ankles. And
Yeah,
I always thought that my hair was a funny texture, and perhaps it wouldn't. It's neither. It's afro when it's curly, when it's wet, and I don't put no product on it. I've got
yeah,
afro. Yeah, I have an
okay,
afro, and I can multitask with my hair. But at the same time, is I did concentrate having locks,
yeah.
and I literally thought, well, it won't take. But that's something you can teach people how it would take or how to do it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, hair locks are literally strings of hair that have matted together.
Hmm.
If you don't comb your hair, it will automatically lock. This is what's happened with my hair. This is what happens with all hair. If you have a curl pattern, it means it will lock quicker and without as much interference as if you have straight hair.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it doesn't really matter on your nationality whether you can lock up your hair or not. You can actually
No.
say, I mean, we've seen on any nationality of locks, people wanting the preference to have locks. I mean, one of
So that takes me to my book. I actually wrote a book back in 2019 called The Diversity of Locks.
my,
I'll actually show it to you here, actually. So there is a couple of sections in here that talk about where locks come from. I mean, this is the first image that you'll see, and that's a group of Japanese nuns
ah,
that it was taken with the Jamon ministry, Jamon people. You've also got the likes of Native Americans,
all right,
Egyptians,
yes.
you
It's
know, it, locks come with hair.
I don't
People
think
talk,
enough history is done into that. I mean, people just see it as hair, but there's been a lot of discrimination around locks,
yeah,
down to students being sent home at spell from school because of the locks and people's one's belief. So that's
funny you should
amazing, man.
say that.
How it
That's another picture that's in my book, and
yeah.
that was a young man in America that had been taken off of his game with his team and had his locks cut on court because it wasn't protocol for them to have their hair like that, which again was very discriminatory.
Mm.
Where locks are concerned, they are evolving into mainstream. I personally have had mine for like 17 years now. And I suppose at the time it was a bit of, I want to wear my hair in its natural state and I don't really care if I'm conforming or not. Um, and back then it was a bit more out there, like rebellion, than
Mm.
it is now. But I find there's not a lot of readily available information for locks. as
Mm,
much as the natural afro hair or mixed hair.
mm.
So yeah, that's where I'm hoping to provide information for people, that
Yeah,
they've more information on how can make a more informed choice about what to do.
I think it's just the fact that you brought the book out and then you started to demonstrate in the book, that opens my eyes. And I think it's all very well speaking, but when you actually bring the book out and then show different diversity, that opens up your eyes. It opens up a world of, oh, it takes the stigma away. It removes the
Yeah,
stigma by looking at that
yeah,
book. So
exactly.
so they're going to find you to talk about what you can offer as far as that, as far as the locks and how to groom the locks and look after your
Yeah,
hair. That's what you're offering for people to, if they want more inquiries around this subject, that they
yeah.
can contact you. Let's put that out. Where can they contact you?
They can contact me on Instagram. You can direct message me at Naturalites Hair Care, and that will take you straight to my page. But
Yes.
I did want to actually say about my book. It literally came together because of all of the questions that I'd be asked on so many different occasions about what to do with locks, how you do locks, what does it involve. And I would just say that every set of locks is different. Even if I was to cut all of mine off and restart them, they'd be a completely different set
Mm.
of locks. It's about journey, patience, growth. There are ways that you can get instant fixes now, but the traditional way of starting them off and nurturing them till they become mature is literally what this book will take you as a guide through.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think for me having locks, I was more worried as I always changing my hairstyle, always. And I was more
Mhm.
worried about that and then the length and how long would it take before I could get to this level, before I could do different styles and stuff. And you hit the nail on the head. It
Mm.
is patience. It is
Yes.
patience. And if you're prepared to perhaps put a head wrap on, well then maybe people are not taught how to do head wraps. Do you do that as well?
It's not something that I included in my book, but yes, I am able to show people how to do head wraps. And also, there are things that you can do with your locks in the different stages that they're in. Like I talk about the stages from newborn up to grandparents. And that's how I was taught, and that's how I've broken it down. So when you first start your locks off, you start as newborn babies. Then you go through the toddler stage where you want them to be in a certain way and they're just not having it. It's like a toddler trying to tell them to sit down. It's never going to work. And then you've got adolescence where they're in the rebellious stage, adult, parent, and then grandparent. Mines are actually grandparents because you can tug them, you can twist them, you can tie them. They're so resilient. They're just going to just do their own thing still. You can do what you want to them, but they're mature and in their own right, you know?
Yeah, and I guess it saves you doing your hair every single day as well, don't it? But you do have
Well,
to look after them, right?
you do have to look after your hair, and as you can see, I've not groomed mine. If I take this one out, this is how much growth I have
Right? Regrowth.
for lockdown. And I've left it like this so that I can do one-to-ones and show people how to manage their locks in lockdown rather than be trying to show them on hair that's done, which doesn't make any sense if theirs isn't done and they want to know how to do it. So yeah, in case anyone was wondering.
No, no, no. You make a very valid point. Why waste the product you've got to turn around and you when you do a class? Do you put anything on it to bond it?
So the bonding happens when you've twisted it. But the main thing for me is using product that doesn't stay in your hair. It should have to actually wash out. And that's what led me to doing my own range to use with my clients.
Mhm.
I have 3 products. one's an oil that you can use on your scalp and your hair that literally helps to strengthen your follicles and increase hair growth. It has been known to increase hair growth in areas that have been lacking. Like, for instance, when people have come to me and they've had their hair styled quite a lot, they start to lose hair around the hairline. It helps with trying to bring that back.
Do you have those products near you?
Yeah, I've got my hair oil, which comes with two different essential oil blends. One is for tea tree and eucalyptus, sorry, tea tree and peppermint, and the other one is geranium, lavender, and
Can you hold it?
rosemary.
Can you hold it up?
Yeah.
So what do we get products like that from you as well?
Yep, I
Oh,
take
good.
orders and send them out. I've also got a light moisturizer that you, by the way, these can all be used on your skin as well. So
Good.
I'm a one-hit wonder, as I say.
Yeah, good.
So
Please do show us what you've got.
yeah, sure. So this is the moisturizer. It's quite light. You can put it all the way through the locks. It makes them feel soft and supple and very moisturized. And there's also a daily spritz that you can literally shake, spritz on your hair, gives it a nice fresh feel and saves you from having to put just plain water. It's got aloe vera, nice blend of oils, rose water, and is really one of my most popular. But as I was saying, this I like to use when I get out of the shower. Just put a couple of sprays on, rub it in whilst you're still wet, and you don't need to cream your skin after that.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I like that.
And to be honest, when we talk about be honest about creaming your skin, there are a lot of people, because of the color of their skin, feel that they don't need to grease their skin. And then when they look upon somebody of our own complexion, and I have to say, don't you look young? How do you do it? That's because we
Moisturize.
moisturize our skin. We were
Yeah.
taught to moisturize our skin from birth.
But you should moisturize your skin anyway because you're in a colder environment. In fact, it doesn't matter where you are, but moisturizing your skin, especially when it's cold, dries your skin out.
But we have to say, we talk about the eczema when people start getting dry. I can get dry skin if I don't moisturize my skin because of the weather can change that
Yeah.
as well, and then makeup that can do it as well. So
Yeah.
we do have to nourish our skins, and there you have some remedies right there that is going to benefit the skin and the hair.
Exactly. Exactly. So let me just quickly show you this moisturizer because you literally can put it straight onto your skin and it just completely disappeared. Can you see?
Yeah, so it's not too heavy and it's not. Yeah, I can
It's
see
not
the
too
difference.
heavy.
You need to
And
load it
then
out of a hand then now. Like, I saw one.
I was going to show you that on the with the oil on the other one, but
Lovely.
I've rubbed it into my locks
Yeah.
as well. And it's literally made it very supple, moisturized, and feels even silky. And again,
They look really nice and shiny. Obviously your regrowth is coming back and stuff. Do you, because I have to ask, because they're different colours in your hair's different colours, and I know when my grey hairs comes back, it's here. Do you retouch them or dye your colour your hair at all?
personally, I don't color my hair. I found that, I mean, I don't encourage color either. Maybe I'm a bit racial to covering the grays. My opinion is you cannot buy your graying pattern in a bottle. It's unique to you. You know, if you embrace it, it will just enhance your characteristics.
Yeah.
My personal opinion. And when you find that you are dyeing your hair regularly, the time you miss that dye, you then have a white carpet at the bottom and everything else is jet black. And to me, that makes you look even more aged than if you left it alone.
I have
You
got
know,
lots of grey hairs, and I really do want to just leave it alone and just let
Mhm.
the grey come in naturally. And I think perhaps maybe that'll have to be a challenge, but I think you get to the point where, okay, when it becomes grey, then do I look ill? And that's where okay, I need some colour. I need some colour. I didn't actually try and put makeup over that colour, but I just thought, oh, if it just came through in one go, I'd be quite happy. Patience. That's what you say.
Right.
Patience.
Okay. Exactly. Exactly. And also, there's also things that can go wrong with dye as well. Like if you have a
Allergic
reaction
reaction.
to it, or you could have a build up on your scalp from it. It's just something that I would prefer to stay away from,
Can
to
I
be honest.
can I be honest, right? You know when you get your friends and they say, "Can you dye my hair?" I'm like, "Yeah." When you hear about patch test and you don't do the patch test, next minute your friend says, "Oh my God, my face, my skin, I'm nearly dying from it," and the allergy.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't want to laugh because it wasn't funny.
Mm,
It's all the result of dyeing natural hair to
yeah.
dye it for the one night or for the weekend that you want that bit of popularity or whatever else, nearly
Hmm.
cost them their life
It's
for
not
that
worth it, is it?
epileptic shock. And the face came out, it was disfigured and everything else. And that was
Mm.
simply because they did not test, and this is the awareness comes out now, the product either in the on the back here or
Yep. Or in the crease of
on
the
your,
elbow.
oh yeah, either or. And if
Yeah.
you get any swelling from that little bit, patience, have the patience. You get,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to waste the product. Just put it in a little titchy bit, in a little bowl.
Exactly.
If you demonstrate on yourself, leave it 24 hours. If you've got no reaction, then go ahead and proceed to do
You
your
should
hair.
always, always, always do a patch test.
Well,
Always.
I can be honest and say I don't really do it, and I know that your body
Yeah.
changes after a while. Even though you said I've been doing it for years, it's the same one. Sometimes your body can change like
Exactly.
that, and
And
then
then it
you
will
will have a
still have the
reaction.
reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
exactly.
advice on that one. Yeah, coming back to the locks.
Exactly.
Now, what about, and then you'd be really stressed out, wouldn't you? So let's get to the stressy part now.
Okay, so prior to lockdown, I would do various market stalls and go to different events and things like that. And I came across these panic attack books and a stress book. And I have been an advocate of them ever since. They are pocket guides that you can literally take anywhere with you, and literally it gives you practical tips on what to do there and then, not something that you've got to go online and search and then have no internet connection. You're already panicked out and stressed, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't get to. So there's nothing wrong with pen and paper or printed text. A lot of people are moving away from it, but it is fundamentally the key to being able to get things done. Because without the electricity, you have no internet, you have no phone, you have no access to a lot of things anymore.
Mhm.
Strength of power is in the pen and paper. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, I found these very useful, and I told my the author that I would come on and talk about these today. So if you are literally going through anything at home right now, can you see them the right way around? I'm not sure.
25 practical, let me just read it out. Stress, uh, feeling under pressure, 25 practical ideas, and then managing panic attacks, 25 supportive options. So, and that to find where they can get that from again is to contact you on Instagram.
You can contact them directly on Instagram,
Go ahead.
and they would be Franco, Franco Books, and that's on Instagram. Now, it is part of a series. This is part of the lifestyle series, and they've got so many more books that are coming out to help, like pocket guides that can help you get through various situations and things within your life, not just about panic attacks and stress, but lifestyle in general. So please do go on there, sign up, follow, and you'll get the information as when these things are coming out. And they are so useful and very affordable as well. These ones are $3.99.
There we go. So if you want to start self-discovering and try and implement lifestyle change, there's some tools right there that you're putting out there. So you're giving a lot of information tonight. We covered
Yeah.
lots, products, stress relief books, beneficial. All of these things are beneficial. Have you got anything else in the pipeline?
Well, I will also say with the panic attack and stress books, before we move on, that even though we might think that we're not going through anything, 9 times out of 10 we are, but we're just labeling it as something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not taking on board what could really be going on, or if there are any other factors that are contributing to the way we feel. So it's just maybe an idea to have it to hand anyway, to just help you through whatever situations you may feel, rather than reaching for a drink or reaching for that packet of crisps you're not supposed to have, and you know you're not supposed to have them. You know, so yeah.
So it's a replacement remedy, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, if I'd be honest, I came across you in the Power Sisters, and what it represents was bringing people together and striving for success, same aim, looking after each other, health and well-being, and offering solutions. So when I've come to you before, didn't know that I had a problem. The minute I talked to you, what happened? I got emotional. And what did you say? And I was just going through a change, and I felt emotional. And you offered me, you said, "Have you tried this?" And you offered me a remedy, and I hadn't ever heard of the remedy. I thought, I was saying, this is the remedy. What is she talking about, the remedy? Oh, she got the remedy. And then when you explained to me, you gave me a step-by-step procedure. I'm just going to point back. I'm just going to give back what you gave me. You gave me a step-by-step procedure into a recovery out of that mist of storm that I felt. And this is what you're saying here, you know, this, you don't know you're going through it, and then all of a sudden you can speak to someone. You have that raw connection with them. You don't really know them, but you've had a connection enough to go, whew, and they've come up with a remedy. And what that remedy done for me, and it was a remedy, and it was called remedy, stress remedy, and
rescue remedy.
I said to you, yes, rescue remedy, and I said to you, you know what? Because you're speaking to me and you're giving me a step by step. Here you go. This will try it. It will make you feel better. Try it. Now it was up to me how I was going to try it. And I made excuses for a minute, for a brief minute. I didn't want to go to the shop, or I didn't want to do that. And the more I talked, you was just like, I'm going to check back in with you later. So therefore, what that done to me is, oh gosh, she's going to check back in with me later. I better go to the shop. It kind of forced me out of my comfort zone. And I went and got it. And I took it, and I took the stress remedy. And then you said to me later on, did it do anything? I said, you know what? I'm not so sure. And the reason why is because it was that conversation that you had with me that changed the outcome anyway.
Sure.
You changed the outcome anyway.
That's the beauty of being able to have the pocket guide to hand, because the things that I gave you to do, some of them are actually in here.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So when you're feeling that kind of, what do I do next? Pick it up and have a look. And you can do them anywhere.
Yeah, see, I can be honest. I'm a human being. When we connect with individuals, there's a reason. I don't know. We don't know the reason, but there's a great connection. And throughout that, one thing has led to another, and here we are, right on here recording. Which again, if we talk about the recording, we come back at the very beginning. You've offered me stress remedies, but I saw the nerves when we were going to be recording. You know, there was reasons behind what made you think that you want to tell everybody, you want people to come and get your products, but you were a bit nervous and apprehensive about getting this message out. Stigma? Was you worried about stigma? Because I think you've done an amazing job.
Thank you. But yeah, I think stigma is part of it. But you know, if you don't try, you never know. You can't stand on the sidelines and say, oh, should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I, and expect a different outcome. You've got to go for it. That's it.
You've certainly done that tonight, didn't you? I think you've done an amazing. You've been incredible, because you've done it. The nerves didn't need to be there, because you're quite natural. Do you know what I mean? And you know what you're doing. And
sure.
I think at the end of the day, if you want to know more about Antoinette's products and the Naturalites Hair Care and that journey, and get involved, and you want change, you want different, you want understanding, then please do contact her. Can you just say one more time where you can be found, please? And we'll end up with a smile.
Okay, so with the Naturalites Hair Care, it's Natural ITES Hair Care on Instagram. You can find the panic attack and stress guides, as well as the rest of the lifestyle series at Franco, FRANCO books, and that's on Instagram. Send them a direct message, follow. You'll see when all the things are coming out. And we didn't get to talk about this wonderful nutrition guide.
Please do. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Can I quickly talk about it?
You can talk. I'm not going to rush you. You talk, honey.
So this is actually a nutrition guide you can keep forever, but it's in the form of a calendar for this year. Okay. Now on each page, you'll get a month, and each month will give you tips on nutrition that you can literally keep referring back to. So it's not just valid for a year, it's something you can keep for life. These are all available from Corpuscle Nutrition. That's CORPUSCLES Nutrition. Well worth the investment. It gives you things that you won't necessarily find in books or other literature. And also it's simple and effective. It's not complicated. It takes the complication out of things that you want to be getting through nutrition. You know, there's so many different things out there that, oh, you should be a vegan, or you should be a fruitarian or a pescatarian, or don't eat or drink this. If you take it all, you will start to go nuts. This literally makes it palatable, you know, understanding it in simple terms and being able to put it into practice. And it's something that I can refer to forever, like I said. And when I come across things that I find are awesome, I just have to talk about them and let people know. Get it? You know, even though it's in the form of a calendar, you can go back to that and use it every month for the rest of your days.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, go check it out. Like, what do you do with that? It's on Instagram as well. And you can literally subscribe and find that all the new, there's going to be additional things apparently coming out, because the launch is going to be spring, so we're fast approaching spring. So get in early, have a look, get all the information that's there.
Oh, see, you've given out so much awareness today and so much good advice and tips. I think you've done incredible. I think the nerves, overcoming those nerves.
Nerves? What nerves?
I'd say if anyone, you know, you were worried about the stigma, people and their stigma. Well, I can say to that is, I'd like to see those people that have anything negative to say right here where you are, trying to make a difference to somebody else, and that there's no competition. There should never be a competition. The more the merrier, and I think you've done incredible today, raising that awareness and overcoming and projecting remedies. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you very much. I didn't even say who I was, but you know what? Just check out the wings. They're carrying out information, and that's awareness. Thank you very, very, very much. Hold that smile.